This video is for the A scale, but this would be an A scale that we would play more like in class 2, class 3. This A scale would be a 2-octave scale. So now we have 8 notes on the bottom, and then we have 8 notes on the top. We basically play the A scale twice, but the second time we use the second set of notes. So it's the same notes, but twice. Not the same exact notes, but the same names of the notes. Because this is an intermediate scale, we are going to play, and we are going to start saying the sharps. So in the video for class 1, we just called it A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. But now we're going to call it what they really are, which is A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. Okay, and let's start with the first octave, which is the hardest octave. The second octave you should already know because you already watched video for the video for class 1, or we already maybe did it in class. So this would be the second octave. You need to find your first note. Your first note is always the name of the scale. So if you're playing the A scale, your first note is A. If you're playing the G scale, your first note is G. If you're playing the E flat scale, your first note is E flat. So we need to find our first note, which is A, and it's not going to be the open A. That's going to be the A that's in the middle. It's not going to be the 3 fingers on the E. That's going to be our highest A. We need to find the A that's the lowest A that we can possibly play on the violin. That is played when you put 1 finger on the G string. That's A. That's our first note. So we play A. Make sure you're getting a nice, rich sound. Rich sound meaning no squeaks, no imperfections, no other strings, none of that stuff. So a nice, rich sound. Make sure you're playing loud. And you're using a lot of bow because if you're watching this video, you're most likely not in class 1, you're in class 2 or 3. So it's time to start using a lot more bow than you're used to. A. Second note would be 2 fingers. B. Third note would be 3 fingers, but this is not on the tape, and this is where you're going to mess up the most. You're going to want to put that 3rd finger on the tape, and it doesn't go on the tape. Because if it went on the tape, that would be C. And we don't want C. We want C sharp. So we have to stretch our finger. So move it a little closer to you. And that would be the C sharp. So A, B, C sharp. Now we go to the D string. And then we put 1 finger on. E, 2 fingers, F sharp. This is normal. 3 fingers, again, same spot as in the G string, high 3rd finger, and this is the G sharp, and then we play the A. Okay, so now some teachers like to teach with the 4th finger, and this is a nice scale to be able to use your 4th finger if you're ready for that, because your 4th finger is just slides right next to the 3rd finger in this scale. They're touching. And you're going to be using these fingerings a lot. So the whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. You're going to be using it a lot in a lot of scales. When we get to the C scale in 2nd position, you use the same fingering. When we go to the E, when we shift to 3rd position for the D scale, you use the same fingerings. So yeah, why don't you go ahead and start using the 4th finger? Get comfortable with it. Okay, and then after that, you just go on to the 2nd octave. And you can watch you can watch the A scale if you forgot that octave. But it's really easy. All the fingers go on the tape. So what's hard about the scale is memorizing that there's 3 sharps. It's F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. Those are the 3 sharps. When you play it on the A scale, on the A string, it's normal. All the fingers go on the tapes. It's when you play the first octave that is weird because you're not used to that high third finger. Okay, when you play the whole scale, it should sound like this. I don't like to repeat notes when I play 2-octave scales, and it should sound like this. And again, you can play with the fourth finger or you can play with the open string, whatever you like best.